What's up? Let's do a haul. So I went to Target the other day and decided it was time to get in on the Don May stuff. So I picked up Heaven Official's Blessing. I've seen the show on Netflix, but I want to read it because, you know, it's always different. So got Heaven's Official Blessing, which so far, from what I remember at least, it's one guy who's kind of bad and being like a heavenly official. And so he keeps getting like sent back and stuff, so he has to do like all this stuff to try to, I think, like redeem himself, but then he ends up getting involved with a guy that's technically like on the bad side. He's supposedly like a demon or like not good basically, but basically they get involved even though they're on like opposite sides. So I thought it was cute, so I'm gonna read this, and I got the first and second one because I already anticipate liking it. And then I also on accident, because I thought I was also getting the light novel. This is in fact not the light novel version of the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. This is the comic version, so I accidentally got the manhwa, but I'm not mad at it because it's in full color. Like, it's in full color, which I'm mad at that. So kind of a happy accident, but yeah, so far it looks like it's going to be a guy that is trying to get revenge on some people that wronged him, so then he summons the demon or whatever to like take over his body. And so I think it goes, as far as I can tell, that's what's the beginning is, so we're gonna see how that goes. And then, since Fairy Loot decided to give us the second one in the series instead of the first one, even though they're like standalones in the series and you can read the second one first, it bothered me, so I went and picked up the first one. Do I know what this is about? Not really. All I know, let's see. First only boy. Let's see. Alessandra is tired of being overlooked, but she has a plan to gain power. Woo the Shadow King. Marry him, kill him, and take his kingdom for herself. Okay. That's all I need to know. That sounds good. Also, look at this. Like, it's so legit. That's so legit. Also, Trisha Levensettler is getting like all her books made with like the nice edges and everything, and the ribbons, like, say less. I couldn't not get it. So anyways, I'm intrigued by that one, and so I got that one. And yeah, I'm gonna read them in order, even though everyone's like, you can read them out of order. I don't care. That will bother me, so I'm gonna read the first one first. And then we have some Fairy Loot books. So this is the sequel. I haven't read the first one yet, but we have Hearts That Cut. I didn't want to miss out on having the matching one, so I went ahead and ordered it. I think it, you know, it's fantasy, obviously. That's Fairy Loot, but I couldn't tell you that much. I also don't want to read the synopsis since it's the second one, and I don't know what happens in the first one, but we got that one. And then this one I was actually very much anticipating, Long Live Evil. I'm not gonna lie, I like the purple on the original cover maybe a little bit more, but I like this little, if I can not smack myself in the head. I like this cover though, like her little outfit is doing a thing. But let's see, it says a story for anyone who's ever fallen for the villain. So this one, I anticipate this one either being like really cheesy or just like really fun. It doesn't seem like a book to take too seriously. So let's see. When her whole life collapsed, Ray still had books. Dying, she seizes a second chance at living, a magical bargain that lets her enter the world of her favorite fantasy series. So yeah, it's like an isekai, which I feel like we're kind of getting more of that in like regular fiction, which is hilarious. Like, if y'all don't like anime, you're in for a ride. Because this is not the first book I've picked up that basically just sounds like an isekai. So anyways, let's see. And then we got The Girl with No Reflection. This was also an anticipated release for this year, but this is the YA release, I believe. Let's see, this one. Let's see. Prince Yu believed in love. ... Once. Yet when she's chosen to wed the prince, Ying's dreams of a fairy tale marriage fall apart. Her husband-to-be is cold and indifferent, confining Ying to her room for reasons he won't explain, and whispers swirl about 7 other brides who mysteriously disappeared after their own weddings. So, it's one of those. The women are disappearing, and we're gonna see how she deals with that, because I want to know. So anyways, but also this edition is beautiful. Look at that. And look at the edges. Like, what are these, koi? I think so. Pretty. So there's that. And then my new subscription, this book is hefty, but I subscribed to the what is this, the Moonlight book box. Finally my number was up, so I have Threaded by Tay Rose, and I did kind of start reading this one, so I'll probably vlog reading this. But Threaded here, they have 2 moons. Yeah, Moonlight book box. But yeah, so there's 2 women. Well, I guess they're not women, they're like magical entities, but there's 2 moons with 2 women in charge of trying to do something. So this girl is, I think her name's Mariah, and she has been born in order to accomplish something that the like moons want done. So that's going to be following her journey, and we'll see how that unfolds. And then, have I read Belladonna? No. Haven't read Belladonna, haven't read Foxglove, but I decided to just go ahead and get the series finale. I believe this is the finale, Wisteria. So if you don't know what Belladonna is about, it's like this girl, when she's a baby, she's sick now, she can't die. She can't die. Death tries to come and collect her as a baby, and he can't do it. So she ends up being able to communicate with Death. She tries to kill herself multiple times. It doesn't work. I'm sorry, unalive. She tries to unalive herself. It doesn't work. So she ends up just communicating with Death, and I think it's supposed to turn to a romance from there. But yeah, it's got the vibes for the fall time. So definitely the season to finally read this series. So we'll see how far you get. But now that I have the 3rd one, I feel like now it's a good time to start and then see if I zoom through it. So those are the books that I bought recently, but then I also picked up some library books. So let's do a library haul. Tales of the Celestial Kingdom. It's a series of short stories going in between the Heart of the Sun Warrior, that's the 2nd one, and The Daughter of the Moon Goddess, that was the 1st one. I like that series, and so I am very much looking forward to looking into this, reading this, and I believe it has illustrations. Well, I think if you've read it, you probably recognize this map. But yeah, like, there's like, I think there's 3 sets of stories, so it's like during the 1st one, in between them, and then like during the 2nd book or something. But it's just like extra little snippets. So let's see. And then let me take the sticker off. But I really need to read this month. We have Black Sun, so I'm going to start this series. I do not remember what this is about. Let's see. A god will return when the earth and sky converge under the black sun. In the holy city of Tova, the winter solstice is usually a time for celebration or renewal, but this year coincides with a solar eclipse, a rare celestial event prescribed by the sun priest as an unbalancing of the world. Well, I know a lot of people like this series, so I'm excited to start it. And I think like in the last one, or like another one of the series just came out recently, so that'll be interesting. I'll probably vlog reading that one. This is a random book that I haven't heard of, that I just picked up at the library, Into the Sunken City. I think it's like Las Vegas is underwater or something, or like drowning, so it's one of those like what do you call it, like a dystopian future one where like we didn't take care of the earth, so the earth's gonna fuck us up. One of those, but that's a YA book. And then I know everybody's been talking about 5 Broken Blades. It sounds like another hee hee ha ha one, not one to take too seriously either. 5 Broken Blades. But people seem to be liking this one, so I just picked it up for that. We'll see if I actually get to it. This one I know is like a military fantasy, The Grace of Kings. So we'll see, because I'm not sure that that's gonna really be my thing. But I wanted to try it and find out. So we'll see if I get to this, but I don't know about y'all, but I have a hard time kind of following like a whole battle scene in book form. I mean, it's already hard in a like TV show form even, so we'll see if my brain can handle whatever complexities are happening with this. I don't know, sometimes war stuff can get really confusing if there's like too many characters and stuff for me. But we're gonna find out. So I know a lot of people like that one. I'm gonna see if I like it too. So anyway, so that's the haul, both purchased and library. And then we'll see. I'll come back in a little bit for a TBR, for my September TBR. Okay. Anyway, so let's go through my TBR. We have Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. We already know that I messed up on this and accidentally got the comic, but I already talked about this in the haul, so y'all know what's up. Damn. This one is a nice to read, but I don't know if I will get to it, but this is a bit of a horror. And I thought they were in school in this one, but let me see. Goddess kept to 5 in the morning, who's alive. In the course of a single winter's night, 4 people vanished without trace across a small town. Nora's estranged best friend Becca is one of the lost. As Nora tries to untangle the truth of Becca's disappearance, she discovers the darkness in her town's past, as well as a string of coded messages Becca left for her to unravel. So yeah, I don't know, it's missing people in a town. That one. So that's a horror. Then I want to read Legend Born here, which I think this is a YA. I've heard a lot of good things about it. After her mother dies in an accident, 16-year-old Bree Matthews wants nothing to do with her family memories or childhood home. A residential program for bright high schoolers at UNC Chapel Hill seems like the perfect escape until Bree witnesses a magical attack her very first night on campus. Alright, so there's magic and dead people. There we go. And then this one, I believe, is a fantasy romance. The Crimson Moth, of course, I have this version, so it's that versus the American name, which was Heartless Hunter or something like that. So anyways, this one I know is like a witch and a like witch hunter that end up having like a romance. So it's like a forbidden romance, enemies to lover situation. And then I started this one, but I'm still a little confused about what's going on because as far threaded here, I think it's like there's like 2 moons in charge of this planet, and then they have birthed a girl in order to do something that they need done. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if this has a synopsis. Let's see. Mariah's 21st birthday was supposed to bring freedom from expectation, from scrutiny from the oppressive lord reigning over her hometown. When a summons from the queen puts those dreams at risk, she has no choice but to follow through, even if it means a future she doesn't want or deserve. Thrust into a world of cutthroat politics, secret rituals, and ruthless power grabs, Mariah is forced to come to terms with her new position as terrifying hidden magic begins to awaken in her veins. So yeah, this seems like it'll be really interesting. I'm excited to read that. And then from my library haul, I want to read Tales of the Celestial Kingdom. I've already explained what that is about. And then I'm going to read Black Sun, which I don't actually know what this is about, but I know a lot of people like it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember reading this. A god will return when the earth and sky converge into the black sun. So it sounds very intense and dramatic, and so I'm excited to read that one too. So there you have it. There is the TBR.